Hello and welcome back to Figure Barn. Now today we've got an epic haul that's packed with surprises. We've got pickups from eBay, WhatNot and Collectormania in Milton Keynes. We're talking about rare finds, some unexpected chase pops and most importantly a personal grail that we've been hunting for. Now some came at a steal, others were a bit of a bidding war and a few were just last minute grabs that I just couldn't pass up. So stick around as we unbox and review the movies the figures are based on and see if these Funko Pops live up to the hype. If you love rare finds and collector victories, you're in the right place. Let's get started. So we'll kick off today's showcase with E.T. Now, as I'm sure everybody knows, E.T., the extraterrestrial, back from 1982 and directed by Steven Spielberg, follows a young boy, Elliot, who befriends a stranded alien and helps him return home. Inspired by Spielberg's childhood imaginary friend, the film became a bit of a cultural phenomenon, surpassing Star Wars as the highest grossing movie at the time. It won multiple Academy Awards and remains one of the most beloved sci-fi films ever made. Now we've had 12 pops in total from E.T., with the original back in 2013, which are extremely hard to find now in a decent quality. A further 9 were released in 2022 in line with the 40th anniversary. Now 7 of those we've already got in the collection, and for number 8 we have E.T. with the Reese's Pieces candy. Now in the film, Elliot uses a trail of Reese's Pieces to lure E.T. out of hiding, creating the connection between the candy and the beloved alien. Now originally Spielberg wanted to use M&M, but Mars decided to decline the offer. Hershey stepped in with Reese's Pieces, and sales of the candy reportedly tripled during the movie's release. So as you can see, this one is a Walmart exclusive and comes from the US. In the UK, I'm not exactly sure if anybody had this as their actual exclusive, outside of a pop and t-shirt bundle, which is why it's been a bit harder to come by. And as you can see, we've got our friendly little alien here, holding the packet of, well, in this case, non-branded candy in one hand, and a single yellow one that he's picked up in the other hand there. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have 8 now of the 9 E.T. Pops released as part of the 40th anniversary. The last one that we're looking for is a glow-in-the-dark moment of Elliot flying on his bike past the moon, with E.T. wrapped up in the basket on the front. Now next up is a really odd one that we picked up from WhatNot at only £4, so what, $5.50? And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen it before, or even heard of the movie for that matter. Now Turnip Ninja, known internationally as Checkered Ninja, is a 2018 Danish animated film directed by Anders Matthesen and Torbjørn Kristoffersen. Based on Mattheson's novel, the movie follows a checkered ninja doll possessed by a vengeful spirit, helping a boy named Alex seek justice against a corrupt businessman. Now the film was a massive success in Denmark, praised for its humour, action and deeper themes. It even received an English dub in 2019 and a sequel, Checkered Ninja 2, was released in 2021, continuing the story. And so the figure we have is from this sequel, and it is the Turnip Ninja. Now this pop itself is from 2021, and from what I understand it was a Denmark exclusive, so it's not surprising that it's not one that we see too often. With Denmark obviously still being part of Europe, we have the standard store exclusive sticker, as you can see down here. Now in this one the ninja's wearing a red and pink checkered suit with sort of hearts emblazoned on it, as you can see. From what I understand it was originally black and white, but in the second movie it gets more of a feminine makeover after getting burnt and needed a bit of a rebuild of his outfit. Now looking a bit closer, it does have some pretty fine detail on there as well. I don't know if you can see, it's got a really nice flowery design on the black belt there, and also just to the side it has this little pink blade with a red little heart just to match his suit design. Now I'd certainly be interested to know if any of you in the US have seen this one before, or even if it was released out there in the States. Let me know in the comments. Trading Denmark and Nordic landscapes for horror and the US city of Derry, Maine, and It. Now it is a supernatural horror film series based on Stephen King's 1986 novel of the same name. The first adaptation was a 1990 TV miniseries starring Tim Curry as Pennywise the Clown. In 2017, director Andy Muschietti brought It to the big screen with It Chapter 1, focusing on the childhood portion of the novel. Now the film was a massive success, grossing over $700 million worldwide. Its sequel, It Chapter 2, 2 years later in 2019, completed the story, following the Losers Club as adults confronting Pennywise once more. Now the one of the many It Pops that exist we have today is Pennywise here with the raw iron bar. Now this is from a scene where Beverly Marsh impales Pennywise through the head with a bar as a final act of defiance and forces Pennywise to retreat back into the sewer. And as you can see, it enters just behind his right eye, leading to his slightly deformed eye that you can see here, and the other end coming out through the side of his neck on the other side. Now naturally, being the scary clown that he is, he's wearing his off-white standard clown outfit there, including the shoes with the red little pom-poms on the front. He's got his big off-centre mouth as well, with all his fang-like teeth grimacing, as I suspect you would if you had a metal bar through the side of your skull. Now, as well as the red markings around his eyes and on the end of his nose there, we also have the big shock of gingery red hair that Pennywise is well and truly known for. Now, Pennywise is definitely one of those pops that Funko likes to visit again and again, without including any chases or variants. Of the 31 It Pops released so far, 22 have been various guises of Pennywise. From the eerie sewers of It, we step into a future drenched in neon and uncertainty. Blade Runner 2049. Now, Blade Runner 2049 from 2017 is the sequel to Ridley Scott's Blade Runner back in 1982 and directed by Denis Villeneuve. Set 30 years after the original, it follows Kay, played by Ryan Gosling, a replicant Blade Runner who uncovers a secret that could change the fate of humanity. His search leads him to Rick Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, who has been in hiding since the events of the first film. Now, despite critical acclaim, Blade Runner 2049 struggled at the box office, grossing $267 million against a budget of around $150 to $185 million. Now, my personal opinion would be just go and watch the original, which was a modern sci-fi masterpiece and groundbreaking for its stunning cinematography. And here today we have Sapper. But not only that, we have the chase. Now, Sapper Norton is a Nexus 8 replicant in Blade Runner 2049, played by Dave Bautista. Now, once a combat medic, he hides in the outskirts of Los Angeles as a protein farmer, living a fairly quiet and solitary life. Now, Sapper played a crucial role in hiding Rachel and Deckard's daughter, protecting her from the authorities. His peaceful existence is shattered when Officer K tracks him down, leading to a tense confrontation that sets the film's whole mystery in motion. Now, so the common version of this has Sapper as he's shown here on the box, but this one here has him in his full environmental suit and the big old helmet that he wears as he works on his farm in the opening sequence of the film. Now, the suit itself is a fairly plain brown number, apart from the large red and grey gloves, but the helmet itself is perfectly matched to how it is in the movie and looks pretty great in this kind of metallic-y bronze finish. It's got the two large vents on either side. It's got the big blacked out visor as well, and if we turn it to the side you can see it's got the silver metallic earpieces as well and the piping that holds all the vents in place. Now, I absolutely love the look of this pop. Now, looking at the back of the box, there's only two that we're still missing from the collection of these from Blade Runner. The two Nexus 9 replicants, so that's Ryan Gosling's Officer K up here and Love just below. Next up, we have a couple from Jurassic Park. Now, if you want to see a full video just on Jurassic Park, you can find one by visiting my channel just from a couple of weeks ago. So, trying to avoid what you already all know, the Jurassic Park franchise began with Michael Crichton's 1990 novel, adapted into Steven Spielberg's blockbuster in 1993. It spawned two sequels before evolving into the Jurassic World trilogy from 2015 to 2022, exploring dinosaurs in the modern world. Now, a new film, Jurassic World Rebirth, is set for this year as well, and we'll be getting a further 5 new dino pops for that movie in early August time. Now, the first we have is from the original movie and is Dr. Ian Malcolm. Now, Ian Malcolm is a chaos theory mathematician portrayed by Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park and its sequels. Now, he warns of the park's dangers, survives a T-Rex attack, and later leads a rescue mission in The Lost World from 1997. He also reappears in the Jurassic World films as well, cautioning against genetic experimentation. So he's wearing his most iconic get-up here, dressed in the all-black attire, including the leather jacket, the button-down shirt and the dark trousers, giving him this sleek, almost rock star presence, I suppose. He has his curly dark hair and the signature glasses as well, which again add to his intellectual yet rebellious vibe, I suppose. Now, this was from the first wave of Jurassic Park pops released as part of the 25th anniversary in 2018. You can see it there just at the top of the box. Now, there was another Ian Malcolm that came out at roughly the same time, which is him lying on the ground with his shirt open again and a wounded leg, which I think was a Target exclusive. exclusive in the US when it came out. Now there has been a third one as well, which was part of the Jurassic World Dominion wave. In that one he appears a bit more seasoned with a bit more greying hair, but still wearing his black on black attire, but there's a couple more buttons done up on the shirt. And next we have the operations manager from Jurassic World, Claire Dearing. Now initially focused on corporate success in Jurassic World, Claire undergoes a bit of a transformation after witnessing the park's catastrophic failure and turns into an activist in Fallen Kingdom, leading the dinosaur protection group to save the creatures from extinction. By Jurassic World Dominion, she and Owen Grady are raising Maisie Lockwood, navigating a world where dinosaurs roam freely. Now, so this one was also released in 2018 as part of a set of 7 released in line with Fallen Kingdom, and when that actually hit the cinemas. Now, during Jurassic World, she's a lot more corporate with a white blazer and skirt with neatly styled red hair. But here in Fallen Kingdom, her looks have become a lot more rugged with the green cotton jacket over the green top there, the brown cargo pants and the boots. Now her red hair is also a bit longer and a lot looser than it was in the original one, so just sort of mirrors her shift from a corporate leader to more of an activist. Now in Jurassic World, Claire's high heels almost took the headlines over the actual dinos as she ran through the jungle in them throughout the movie. Bryce Dallas Howard defended that choice, calling it part of Claire's corporate identity. Now in Fallen Kingdom, she does mostly wear the boots as shown here, but she insisted on keeping the heels in some of the opening scenes as a bit of a throwback and to stay true to her character. And now on to one of my favourite movies of all time. From the prehistoric chaos of Jurassic Park, where science resurrects creatures long extinct, we blast off to the dazzling cosmos of Flash Gordon, where intergalactic battles decide the fate of entire worlds. Now Flash Gordon from 1980 is a space opera superhero film directed by Mike Hodges, based on the King Features comic strip created by Alex Raymond. The film stars Sam J. Jones as Flash Gordon, alongside Melody Anderson, Max von Sydow, Timothy Dalton and Brian Blessed. Produced by Dino De Laurentiis, the film follows Flash, Dale Arden and Dr. Hans Zarkov as they unite the warring factions of Mongo against the tyrannical Ming the Merciless. Known for its campy style, its vibrant visuals and the iconic Queen soundtrack, Flash Gordon became a cult classic despite mixed initial reception. Now I absolutely love this movie, from the characters, the sets, the outrageous storyline and the incredible soundtrack. It's just amazing, and I lost count a long time ago how many times I've watched this through over the years. Now the set of pops is also becoming harder and harder to find, but for today we have General Clytus. Now General Clytus, played by Peter Wingard, is the sinister right-hand man of Ming the Merciless. He serves as the commander of Mongo's secret police, enforcing Ming's rule with ruthless efficiency. Now he's a master manipulator, orchestrating torture and mind control to maintain Ming's grip on power. His cold, calculating nature makes him one of the most memorable villains in sci-fi history. Now Clytus is instantly recognisable by his big gold mask with the cybernetic enhancements, giving him an eerie, faceless presence. He's wearing his shimmering black robes and with the gold piping, and it has the secret police logo there right in the centre of his chest. Now he's also got this big hood that sort of frames his metallic mask, and as you can see, his right arm there is encased in gold, which pretty much is immobile during the whole movie, where the other one's a bit more standard really, covered in the robe itself and the big black glove there. Now Clytus's name is actually the first word of dialogue spoken in the movie by a bored Ming, who asks him if he has a plaything to offer him for that day. That plaything ends up being Earth, essentially. Now this set of 4 figures was originally released way back in 2016. Now I do already have Flash seen here, and now Clytus, so we're still on the lookout for Ming the Merciless here and Prince Voltan. So the final 3 pops that we have in today's showcase all came from Collectormania, which was held in Milton Keynes between the 30th of May and the 1st of June this year. Now that's the first one that we've been to, and was great to see not only hundreds of harder to find pops, but autographs, trading cards, photo ops and retro toys. Now with an endless budget, there was just so many more I could have bought, but we'll start with another horror one, and one from a movie we covered quite extensively during our last horror showcase a couple of videos ago. We have the original released Evil Ash from Army of Darkness. Now, Evil Ash, also known as Bad Ash, is a demonic doppelganger of Ash Williams in Army of Darkness from 1992. He emerges after Ash is infected by a miniature version of himself, growing into a twisted evil counterpart. Leading an army of Deadites, Evil Ash attempts to seize the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, but is ultimately defeated by the real Ash. Now, as I say, for a full showcase of Evil Dead movies, you can find a previous horror-related vid on my channel, but this version of Evil Ash was originally released last year as part of Scarefair, as a Hot Topic exclusive, alongside Art the Clown, a Ghostface, and a Leatherface that we do already have in the collection. Now, all four of these have this rather nice black and red styled box, which is a nice variant to the standard white boxes that you get all other pops in, and it's quite a detailed pop, this one, with the big skull helmet and the braided chin strap holding it around his slightly rotting face, and the big grimace with the big back rings around the eyes there as well. Now, he's got Ash's standard blue shirt underneath the metal chestplate armour, surrounded by the red cloak that's flowing around the back there, as you can see, which also has sort of holes running all the way through it, like it's also rotting a little bit. And he's also got this large oversized sword that you can see in his right hand there. Now, this next one is from the classic movie 2001 Space Odyssey. So 2001 A Space Odyssey from 1968 is a groundbreaking sci-fi film directed by Stanley Kubrick, co-written by Arthur C. Clarke. Inspired by Clarke's short story The Sentinel, it explores themes of human evolution, artificial intelligence, and extraterrestrial life. The film follows a mission to Jupiter, where astronauts encounter the enigmatic monoliths and the sentient AI HAL 9000, leading to a surreal journey beyond space and time. Known for its pioneering special effects and minimal dialogue, 2001 became a cinematic masterpiece, influencing generations of filmmakers. And the pop we have is Dr. Frank Poole. Now, Poole's an astronaut in 2001 Space Odyssey, portrayed by Gary Lockwood. Now, he serves as the second in command aboard Discovery 1, alongside David Bowman. So until I actually saw this at Collectormania last weekend, I didn't even know this one actually existed, so I had to pick it up, basically. It actually came out as part of the 2019 Fall Convention, as you can see from the sticker here, in line with New York Comic Con from that year. Now, he's wearing one of the distinctive bright yellow spacesuits with the metal piping holding it together there, as you can see, with the rivets. The helmet has a transparent vinyl screen covering the face, and we also have the orange oxygen tanks there on his back, and a front control unit as well in orange, designed for extravehicular activity. Now, during the mission to Jupiter, Poole is actually killed when HAL 9000 takes control of his pod and severs his oxygen supply. His body drifts out into space, but in 3001, the final Odyssey, he's actually revived after being found frozen in the Kuiper Belt. Now, I really like this pop, and with it being this predominantly bright yellow as well, he really does sort of stand out against the others on the shelf around it. I'm really happy to have picked this one up, to be honest, because it's just one you don't see very often. Well, certainly I haven't anyway. And finally, we have a real personal grail from another of my favourite movies. Taxi Driver from 1976 is a neo-noir psychological drama directed by Martin Scorsese and written by Paul Schrader. Starring Robert De Niro as Travis Bickle, the film explores themes of loneliness, societal decay, and violence in a post-Vietnam War New York City. The film follows Bickle, a mentally unstable taxi driver, as he becomes obsessed with cleansing the city of its perceived corruption. His descent into paranoia leads to a violent confrontation, making Taxi Driver one of the most controversial and influential films of its time. It won the Palme d'Or at the 1976 Cannes Film Festival and received 4 Academy Award nominations as well, including Best Picture and Best Actor for De Niro himself. And here we have Travis Bickle. So for a pop that came out all the way back in 2015, this is actually in great condition as well. I picked it up at Collectormania from a couple who I actually recognised from some of their WhatNot sales. So I'll give a quick shout out to Wayne and Brittany from Fab Deals UK for a great pop at a great price as well. Certainly go and give them a follow. And this is Bickle from when his mental state is already starting to deteriorate a bit, with the military surplus jacket, the plain shirt and the jeans, sort of reflecting his background as a Vietnam War veteran. He's got the iconic shaved head with the mohawk there, he's got the aviator sunglasses, and you can also see there the little We Are the People badge just on the right side of his jacket. Now if we turn the box as well, you see see that he's got this patch on his arm, which is also for the King Kong company. Now, according to Martin Scorsese, the King Kong patch was actually meant to symbolise the fact that Travis Bickle is like King Kong, tried to save Fay Wray in King Kong. So this is a pop I've wanted in the collection for a long time as well, and I'm really glad that we managed to pick it up in, as I say, such great condition. When trying to find those grails for any collection, it's always worth trying to get to a corner or two for those harder to find or the rarer figures that you just don't see usually in the wild. And that's it for today's Funko haul. We've tracked down some amazing pickups from eBay, from WhatNot and Collectormania, each one with its own movie backstory, including some chases, some rarer finds, and even one of my personal grails. If you enjoyed the haul, why not hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more Funko hunts, reviews, and movie showcases. Let me know in the comments, what's your best recent pickup, or any rare finds or personal grails that you've added to your collection recently. So until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, there's always another story to tell. We'll catch you in the next one.